Hello guys, this is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu. I am a neuroanesthesiologist and recently I got a comment asking whether it's better to join a corporate hospital in a metro or a medical college after finishing MD Anesthesiology in India. So I would like to answer this particular question in this video. So first you need to understand about the corporate hospital recruitment process and also how the growth will be before taking up a decision, and also how the medical college recruitment process will be and how the growth in medical college is going to be. See, I would like to discuss first thing is the attitude of the person. So attitude and mindset basically. If you are a teacher and you get pleasure by teaching people, okay, and then I think medical college is a better option for you because you'll have a lot of students and interns and MD, different years of postgraduates will be there. So if you're getting pleasure from that, which many people do get, I can say maybe 7 to 10% people would get that pleasure. So for you, medical college is a very good option. But rest 90% of the people would actually get pleasure from, I can't directly talk in terms of monetary aspects. They get pleasure from growing in life in terms of financially and in a position wise. So for those 90% of the people, I feel corporate hospitals would be a good option. So in this 90%, again we would divide into two categories. Maybe some 50 to 70% of the people would be working in hospitals which are not corporate, I mean less than 200 bedded hospitals, and 20 to 30% people will actually be working in corporate hospitals. I'm talking about cities. See, the division in tier 2 cities and tier towns will be totally different. So we are talking about metros. Since majority of our audience are in the metros, let us discuss about this. So basically in the last video I explained, I just want to brief, if you are working in a smaller hospital, there are certain problems, like smaller teams are there. The backup plans are not very good, and if you take a leave, then others need to compensate for that. That will put a lot of pressure on them. All these kind of problems are there. In a corporate hospital, those kind of pressures are very less because you'll have bigger teams, and also if you take an off, others are not going to get pressurized. So that is the advantage of being in a corporate. Coming to the growth aspect, I mean the financial growth aspect, what I personally feel is the entry level in the corporate hospitals would be slightly lesser compared to the mid and lower segment hospitals. There is a reason for that, because see, if given an option, everyone would love to work in a bigger hospital, but the smaller hospitals try to attract the juniors by giving a slightly higher pay. So at that point of stage in your life, that slight difference might look very attractive. I can understand totally, but in a larger scheme of things, if you see in a longer run, that is negligible according to me. So by the time you realize this aspect, you would have actually wasted so many years of your life, and I call that as a golden period. Like how stroke has a golden period, that is the golden period. So in stroke, how the first 4.5 hours is the golden period, the first 4.5 years or 5 years is the golden period in your career after MD anesthesia. So that is the time where you are actually maturing as a senior anesthesiologist. Your hard and soft skills are actually developing there, and your next 25 years of your career will be totally based on the first 5 years, how you transform yourself. See, in the MD time, there is no major transformation happening because you actually do stuff what others tell you to do. So depending on the center, if you are working in a high volume center, your hard skills will be good. If you are working in a corporate, your soft skills will be good. So that is overall 10% decide, and that's it. Most of them will come out in a similar fashion. But after that, how you actually plan your life will decide your future. So 90% of the, not 90, 95% of the MD anesthesia people will work very hard during the PG time, but after finishing somehow I see they just slow down. they try to go into small hospitals, medical colleges, and they just slow down. If teaching is a passion, it's a different story. I have told you there is only 7 to 8% who love actually teaching. The rest of the people are actually thinking that they are liking teaching, but they are not built for that. You are actually built for something else. You need to come into the big hospitals and you need to compete and then grow there. That is where you find the real success. So coming to the first 5 years, the first 5 years of your life, you should never see the financial returns that you are getting. You should always focus on developing your skills. Okay, like developing your CV, and you should have a strong LinkedIn profile. You should be doing several courses like ACLS, BLS, ATLS, ENLS, even PALS. So do all the courses, do publications, at least 7 to 10 publications you do, present in conferences, learn public speaking, and develop a personality. Develop empathy. The finest skill that you need to develop is empathy towards patients, which is very valued in the corporate hospitals. And you need to have some kind of negotiation skills, and all these things you need to develop. For that you need to be with the right people and right platform. So that is the kind of hospital you have to choose. Okay, so for that I have a conclusion. I have not a conclusion, I have a solution for you. Solution is, since you cannot do research about a particular hospital because you don't know what kind of people are there inside till you enter. Once you enter, usually I don't see people moving from one hospital 3 to 5 years, they stay in a hospital. So what I would suggest is, you go with the brands. So then you ask me, what is a brand? Like Google and Microsoft, what is a brand in medical healthcare? See, very simple. I stay in Bangalore. So what I feel here is, Manipal is a brand, and Apollo is a brand, Fortis is a brand, Sakra is a brand, and previously Columbia was a brand. So like that, try to stay with the branded hospitals or branded institutes like Nimhans, Jayadeva in Bangalore, or some other bigger branded institutes. So a branded institute will have good people and a good platform. So when somebody is recruiting in a corporate hospital, if you are already working in a branded center, it makes the process easy for them as well as easy for you. Because see, for example, if I am sitting in a recruiting chair and if I have to hire some person, if they say that they are from Apollo and they have significant experience of 3 to 5 years, then we would directly take them as a associate consultant or something. So skills wise, basically what happens is, most of you 10% decide and that said you'll have the skills, but the thing is, when they're recruiting a person, if you are from a branded hospital, then you will have more value, because a person who survived in a branded hospital for more than 3 to 5 years would have gone through some kind of it's a part of post MD training. They would have gone through some kind of a critical cases, critical situations. They worked with good people. So at least the hospital thinks like that when they're recruiting. So that is how it gets the process easy. And later on, once you enter from one hospital to another hospital, then your hikes will be more, and all the advantages are there. So basically, coming to the point, the place where you join in the golden period, the first 5 years, will decide your future. So my suggestion is to stay with brands. You try to sort out what is the particular brand in your place, and there are some more issues of entering into the brand, because immediately post MD, entering into a branded hospital is very tough nowadays, because competition is more. That time you need to differentiate yourself from others. How to differentiate yourself from others? You cannot tell that I did MD in anesthesia or DNB in anesthesia, because everyone applying has done that. So how do you differentiate is by having a very good logbook, and that is one way. And maybe if you can separate your cases into different sections of what you have done, like neurocardiac and transplant and pediatric, obstetric, if you can show bar diagrams and pie diagrams, that would be amazing, which is very few people actually collect in India, I can understand. Or at least you can publish some 1 or 2 publications. So do courses or conduct some programs. So doing courses like this, conducting CMEs in the hospital also would show your profile as a stronger. And some CVs actually see in international anesthesia people, they actually get involved in some kind of service activities and smile train initiatives and all that. So by doing all these things, what information you are providing to the recruiter is that you are a proactive person. That is what they will be saying. Nobody wants a lazy person who is sitting in one place and not doing anything. So by recruiting a person, what we say is the person should be proactive. He should be, adaptable, flexible, these kind of skills. So, but you cannot tell those things in the interview. You can't sit in an interview and tell that I am adaptable, I am flexible. Nobody will believe that. You have to show that on paper. You have to show that on paper. That is how people will believe, because I personally sat in many interviews and many people actually are passionate, but in reality it won't translate. So what happens is you have to show that in paper, and only then somebody will believe it. So that is how you have to develop your profile during your MD time. And even if I tell this to you, you might be thinking in your mind that first let us pass, then we'll see. Okay, fine. See, even if you get a gold medal, no one is bothered. I mean, I don't want to talk like this. See, even if you get a gold medal, the amount of weight it is going to carry is questionable nowadays, because the value is given more for the activities which I mentioned before and doing all these things than getting a gold medal. So I would tell you, don't focus more on getting a gold medal, getting the important questions, list of important questions and reading them. Rather than that, try to read concepts, understand basics better, and clinical physiology, not mugging up the physiology. And some incident happens, then in the OT, why did that event happen, related to physiology. That kind of clinical physiology, if you learn and talk, that will be more appreciated than your gold medal. Hope you are understanding. And see, this kind of thing nobody talks openly, I am telling you guys. So if you follow this, then it will get your chances very high in getting into branded centers. So once you enter a branded center, then stay there. Okay, don't look at the money. Initially your money will be less because there is competition, and when competition is there, the salary will be less. 3 to 5 years, a golden period, invest there, learn the skills, upgrade and become a consultant material. Then nearby some other major brand will come and they would want to hire people from branded hospitals, and they will take you there. And then you can negotiate for your salary, and that is when you will negotiate, and your salary will go in multiples than going in percentage. So that is how you have to design your life and reverse engineer and then decide where to go. Just like that, if you got some opportunity I got in some medical college, some opportunity I got in some small hospital, if you join off, then later on again to transitioning to the kind of hospital which I am talking about is very tough. So hope you guys are understanding. So at the end of it, you have to decide finally how to which place to join. So now I think you got some clarity about where to join. So as usual, Dr. Dheeraj Masapu logging off. Roger that.